It's time for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Brood Awakening Coffee, with 3 locations to serve you. Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby, Highway 62 412 at Balmer Boulevard, and the Walmart East Plaza. And now, Down on the Corner.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas and Southern Missouri. It is Wednesday, February 6th, and I marked down February 5th right here. I got it wrong on my notes.
In the world? I don't want 2 February 5ths this week. I'm good with just one of them.
We're closer to the weekend. I changed it to 6.
I'm trying to get to the weekend. Don't keep adding days.
What you need's another Monday, right?
Yeah, there you go.
It is Wednesday, February 6th, 2019 at 7
sure?
a.m. Yeah, I'm looking at the calendar.
Okay.
Yeah. And wow, how about that fog?
Man, it was bad this morning. I left the house. Mainly south of town seemed to be worse once I got
when I got
town,
to Cardinal heading north, it wasn't
bad,
as bad, but my goodness,
I got up
south
to
of
the
town.
bypass, and I'm like, all right, people better have their lights on.
And some of them didn't. I mean, I went out there. I had to go. Where'd I go yesterday? Home Depot. Man, it was foggy. Anyway, good morning, everybody. I got to get that. Hold it. I need the cinnamon roll. I got to show it. Can you read that? Can you pick that up?
I'd hate for you to have to bend over there, Dale.
Well, the way you've oiled these chair wheels, I'd hit the back wall. Hey, we're enjoying cinnamon rolls here from Brood Awakening.
We are.
How was yours? I got to put that out so people can see it. That's just one of the benefits. Where'd it go?
I don't see one.
You ate it already. Pretty good with it.
It was good.
Yeah.
I like their cinnamon rolls.
Hey, we're enjoying Brood Awakening coffee and cinnamon rolls today, right here at the studio. And you can do the same thing. 3 locations to serve you. Balmer Boulevard, Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby, 62 East Plaza, out there by Anytime Fitness. The best coffee, best cinnamon rolls in town. Look at the size of that cinnamon roll.
They're good, too. I love their cinnamon rolls.
Oh, I know. He keeps, when you go get cinnamon roll?
You got to feed me every now and then.
Feed me. Listen to him. Brood Awakening Coffee. 3 locations to serve you the best coffee in town. And mochas, lattes, espressos, the whole 9 yards. You name it, they've got it. They've got a menu board to stretch from here to the back wall. Check them out. Mike and the staff do a fantastic job at all 3 locations. So be sure to check out Brood Awakening Coffee. If you're not drinking Brood Awakening, you're just drinking muddy water. Well, they do a good job. I mean, they were busy out there at 62.
You need to bring in a copy of their menu. I want to see what all's on it.
Yeah, I need to. I need to talk to Mike and bring that in. But
or go by and take a picture or something.
They were busy yesterday. You know, went out there, I don't know, it was about 2:30, 3 o'clock, went out there, and they were busy, which is a good thing.
Which location did you go to?
62 East.
Yeah.
Yeah, by Anytime Fitness, yeah.
Yeah. Probably
anyway,
a little easier than the one by the school. All the kids stopping in, getting souped up, and teachers having to stop in right behind to keep up.
7:03, it's going to be busy on Balmer Boulevard. It really is. So, all right, Brood Awakening Coffee, been with us. They've been a sponsor from Down on the Corner for many years. They've made the transition from radio to TV. Appreciate Mike and his staff. So check them out. Brood Awakening Coffee, best coffee in town. Morning prayer brought to you by Roller Funeral Homes right here in Mountain Home and across the state. 29 Roller Funeral Homes in the state of Arkansas, 1 in Memphis, Tennessee. Roller Funeral Homes, with all our respect, now is the time to do any type of pre-planning, because Roller Funeral Homes can take the load off. You know, if it's an emergency is one thing. If it's an anticipated long-term passing, you know, well, we better be prepared, because, you know, Aunt so-and-so's.
It's the little details you don't think about that they specialize in.
You know, Charlotte was here along with Bruce, and man, so professional. And man, I'll tell you what, Roller Funeral Homes, with all our respect. And so give them a call right here in Mountain Home and across the state of Arkansas. Let's pause now for the morning prayer. Heavenly Father, what's so confusing about the issues we face in this country is people actually want the illegals here and babies to be killed and high taxes. Lord, we do have critical issues in this country, and not every idea may be the best solution, but we must come together to solve these problems. We have to stop this stuff of, if he's for it, we're against it. Lord, we need unity. We need people, regardless of political affiliation, to work together. I pray you bring us peace, and that's my prayer today. Amen. Roller Funeral Homes around the state of Arkansas bring you the morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes. And now, brace yourself.
Dun, dun, dun.
Hey, he tuned that sucker.
Time for the weather.
Morning weather,
that was terrible.
Old time
that was
restaurant
terrible.
on the
Hold on. We got to back up.
Okay,
that was terrible. We got to bring somebody else in the picture here. All right.
Can you do trumpet, Hillrey?
There you go. You're up.
No.
You're up.
Trombone, any kind of instruments. No.
No.
You're not gonna catch that. You're not gonna see that happen.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're stuck with my trumpet. I tried.
The mayor does not play trumpet. Morning weather brought to you by Old Time Restaurant on the Square at Mountain Home. Best lunch, best breakfast in town, Monday through Friday, 7 to 2, Saturday morning till 11 a.m. What's specials today?
Today, for breakfast, we've got pork chops and eggs. Hadn't had them a little bit.
Yeah, been a while.
We hand slice our pork chops, and they are excellent. If you've never had them, she makes a nice, juicy pork chop. But it comes with hash browns, biscuit, and gravy or toast, all for $6.88. Or for lunch, you got a choice between 2, ham and beans or liver and onions.
There you go. It's Wednesday.
Come with 2 sides of roller cornbread, both for $6.88. Or go by and give Amanda a hard time. Try one of the pies. Tell them Hillrey told you to come by and give her a hard time.
You go get the mayor in trouble.
Tell them the mayor sent you to give Amanda a hard time. Tell her that. I always think everybody else under
Every
the bus,
guest has
mayor,
to give Amanda a hard time. And one day she was actually watching when Scooter said, I said to give her a hard time.
I got trouble for that one.
He's got the best doghouse you've ever seen. It's air conditioned, carpet. He spends so much time in the
Very
doghouse.
comfortable.
It's kind of quiet in the doghouse.
Yeah.
Morning weather, much by Old Time Restaurant on the Square at Mountain Home. Today we start off at 56 degrees in here in Harrison, 64 at Hardy, 59 at Mountain View, 55 at Yeville. Marshall at 59, Calico Rock at 56. Around the region, man, St. Louis is at 36, 54 at Poplar Bluff. There's 150 miles between the Bluff and St. Louis, so there's that front passing through. Branson at 46, West Plains at 55, Watford City, North Dakota, boy, minus 13. Woohoo!
No,
minus
I'm
13. Chilly or cold in Watford City?
That is freaking cold.
That's cold. On the national radar, we'll start in the western part of the country. Arizona, Colorado, Utah, South Dakota, North Dakota, all getting some precip. A little bit in Montana. You can see the swirl along the Canadian border. A little bit in Minnesota and up in the UP of Michigan. The main body of precip right now is right here among us from Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri. Lots in Illinois and Indiana and Ohio, moving into West Virginia, Pennsylvania, New York. A little bit in the northern part of Georgia. And so that's... in fact, it's going to get a little bit worse before it gets better, but I think we can use a little bit of rain. Excuse me, checking out the Little Rock radar, you see scattered showers throughout the state, mainly in the western part. From Fayetteville to Mena, Fayetteville, Fort Smith down to Mena. That'd be on I-49 from Fayetteville to Fort Smith. I-40, Russellville west towards Fort Smith. It's got a lot of shower activity. Little Rock, not so bad. Around Little Rock, Conway, I-40 from Little Rock to Russellville. That's where you pick it up there. And then east on 40, not too bad. A little bit around Jonesboro. That'll affect Interstate 555 and Highway 63. Your Highway 62, 412 east and west. Of course, you see it in the western part of the state. Affect 412 and 62 there. 62 east, not too bad. Or 167, 67 going from Little Rock, Batesville to Poplar Bluff. A little bit in the southern part of the state, not as bad as it was the other day, but scattered showers around the Pine Bluff area and just to the east-northeast of El Dorado, Arkansas. Checking the St. Louis stop, if I can actually find where St. Louis is under that mess. Wow. East of the Mississippi River really getting a lot right now. From the southern tip of Illinois, around Cairo, Illinois, all the way up to around Springfield, Champaign, Urbana. This affects I-64 east from East St. Louis to Mount Vernon, I-70 east from Vandalia to Effingham, in the surrounding areas there on I-55 coming in from Sykeston and Cape Girardeau all the way into St. Louis. Columbia, north of Columbia on I-70 and south of I-70, north of I-44. So you got basically showers from Rolla to Columbia that affect Highway 63 and then I-70 east from Columbia and Rolla east into St. Louis right there. Wow, Illinois getting a lot of rain right now. It's even affecting I-24 and Interstate 57 there in the state of Illinois. Southwest Missouri will pick that stop up. You can see the shower activity between Fort Smith and Fayetteville on that radar stop. Tulsa, Joplin, Springfield, I-44, not too bad. And then you see the stuff around Clinton, Missouri, Highway 7, Highway 13 going on up into Kansas City. Not much on I-70 from KC to Columbia, but once you get to Columbia and going into St. Louis, that's where the problem lies right there. And, oh, I need to back up here. Scooter, can I back up 2 frames?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to bring this up here and I'll let you see it. And this This was on Weather Nation. This is the severe outlook for today. You see from Dallas to Oklahoma City, Springfield, Missouri, the southern part of Illinois, parts of northwest Tennessee, western Kentucky. But you see that our viewing area, basically our entire viewing area, is in the yellow shade, which is a slight chance of some severe weather. I'm not saying we're going to be knocked over with wind and hail and tornadoes and all this, but we need to bring the awareness that we have a slight chance for severe weather today. And so just stay tuned to the local media for updates on the weather. Okay, going to another map here, Scooter. This is your forecast map. All of this bluish, purplish color right here is a winter weather advisory. This goes from southwest Oklahoma all the way up into the Great Lakes region, covers parts of Illinois, Missouri, all of Iowa. It's going to be a mess, and I hope it stays that way. The lighter green, I think, is a flood watch, which starts in southeast Missouri, goes almost to St. Louis, but travels all the way into Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, West Virginia, and most of Kentucky. Forecast for today, we have an 80% chance of rain with a high of 68 degrees today, low tonight of 56, with a 90% chance tonight and Thursday morning. After midnight tonight, it goes to 100% chance throughout the day, dropping to a 20% chance. Temperatures will be a high of 58 tomorrow and start to drop. Thursday night will drop as low as 18 degrees and warm up to 35 degrees on Friday, so it looks like that cold front's going to push through. Whoa, low of 16 on Friday night. Saturday, we only hit 39 degrees, and then we have a 20% chance of a slight chance of rain and snow Saturday night into Sunday morning. High of 42 degrees. So we could get those flurries, could get a little bit of snow, then it warms up to 42 degrees. Winter comes in for the weekend. Drought monitor map for Arkansas stays the same. They'll update it tomorrow about 8 o'clock our time. State of Missouri in good shape as well. iDrive Arkansas will check those travel conditions and your route conditions right quick in the state. Everything seems to be clear. Looks like we have 3 accidents in the state. Saline County on I-30, we have 2 around Springdale. A vehicle on fire on I-49. And we also have here an accident 2.7 miles west of State Highway 112, eastbound lanes on 264 is an accident here in the state of Arkansas. MoDOT Traveler's Map for the state of Missouri. You can see some of the inclement weather already taking effect. North of Springfield going towards Kansas City, towards Interstate 70. And Highway 50 going to Sedalia, Kansas City, and you see the dark blue, partly covered. The lighter blue is mostly clear, but still need to be aware of the fact that you could hit a little bit of patchy stuff. That one I don't recognize. What is that? They've got something on there. Route H, Northeast Missouri closed. I didn't know they just shut them down like that. Wow. Anyway, you can check Missouri Department of Transportation for state of Missouri, iDrive Arkansas. If you're on iDrive Arkansas, the border states here, you can click on it. It will automatically direct you to the Department of Transportation for the state that you choose. So, right now, state of Arkansas, there's no problems. But like I say, in Missouri, we do have north of Springfield and the central part, northern part of Missouri, with some road conditions up there due to winter weather. Morning weather is brought to you by Old Time Restaurant on the Square in Mountain Home. Best lunch, best breakfast in town, Monday through Friday, 7 to 2, Saturday morning till 11 a.m. And so, community calendar brought to you by Affordable Housing, 870-741-2883. Coming up this weekend, February 9th, at the Shed, the 2019 Linda Hand Masquerade Ball. This is a fundraiser benefiting the Baxter Regional Medical Center, Community Health Education Support Houses. Tickets are $100, includes dinner and drinks. It's not a cash bar, it includes the drinks and dinner. The band starts at 8 o'clock. You have the social hour from 6 to 7, dinner at 7 with music by Tragically White from 8 to midnight. The band is sponsored by Integrity First Bank. And if you need more information, 870-508-1770. And I have a feeling the tickets are almost gone for this.
Yeah, they go quick.
They
so
go
no,
quick.
if you're wanting them, it's a great price.
When you got a ticket for $100,
included.
includes the drinks and the dinner. Come on, that's
and it does so much for them sport
it does.
houses. So you got to support that.
Another opportunity here coming up on February 22nd. There'll be a chili supper sponsoring the Mountain Home French Club, Mountain Home High School's French Club trip to Quebec in 2020. It's from 4 to 7 at Century 21 Lemac Real Estate. Come enjoy a bowl of chili, dessert, and bottled water for $5 to support the kids going there.
That's an awesome trip for the
Yeah,
kids.
your
That's
daughter
something
went up
that they will remember for a lifetime. It really is worth it.
On Monday, March 4th, there'll be a spaghetti dinner fundraiser for the Mountain Home Christian Academy Junior High. They're traveling to Kentucky to the Ark Encounter. Once again, this takes place on Monday, March 4th from 5:30 to 7:30. The location will be at the Mountain Home Bible Church at 145 Pioneer Trail in Mountain Home. And the donations are welcome. You come by, have dinner, and don't leave 25 cents. Bring some cash. Raise some money here. Get those kids up to Kentucky. They'll have a lot of fun.
They still got early youth sports registrations going on at the youth center, and you can go in there. It's this Saturday from 9 to noon, and of course they've got all the sports going on between baseball, football. What all do they got? Do you remember?
It'll
all
be
the
swimming,
sports?
tennis, football, baseball, softball,
Soccer.
If you got a youth kid out there interested in getting in sports, I'd suggest getting up to the youth center this weekend.
Get it done.
From 9 to noon, go ahead and get them signed up early registration so you got it out of the way and get them going.
Yep. All right. 7:16. Our guest today is the Mayor of Mountain Home, Hillrey Adams. Right after the break, we'll talk to the mayor.
Be right back.
The best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area? Then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with the pie lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant located on the square in Mountain Home.
Our old burger was only 7 ounces, but now it's 8 with brioche bun and pickles. Comes with its own steak knife, it's really that big. Your best competition is always yourself. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh, baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. We're focused on one thing, burgers, ribs, fajitas. Just that one thing, burgers, ribs, and fajitas. We're reeling in our menu because it got out of hand. We had a moment of self-actualization. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh, baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back.
It's that time of year again. Time to take a hard look at your Medicare health plan. If you're looking for a new plan or looking to renew your existing plan, now's the time to renew all your options. At Bacco Insurance, we'll sit down with you and show you all the new choices and options, including $0 premium plans with low copays and dental, vision, and hearing benefits. Let us help take the confusion out of selecting a plan and find one catered to your needs. Contact Bacco Insurance today, located at 351 East 9th Street, Suite B in Mountain Home.
Do you know where your money goes when you give to charity? At the Salvation Army, 85 cents of every dollar stays to help those in need in our local community. Hi, I'm Captain Spaulding. The money we raise help people in the surrounding 5 counties, including Baxter, Marion, Sharp, Izzard, and Fulton. You can help by donating your unwanted items and by shopping at the Salvation Army store. Those in need get assistance with rent, utilities, sending kids to camp, and many other things. When it comes to this charity, the Salvation Army always helps those in our community.
Whether you're a professional lawnscape contractor or a homeowner in need of quality lawn equipment, Moran's Lawn & Garden has you covered. Moran's is the longest originally owned lawn and garden business in Mountain Home, with a 5,700 square foot warehouse packed full of new current year inventory for all your lawn maintenance needs. Moran stocks a full line of factory parts, and they service everything they sell, offering top names like Grasshopper, Hustler, and Country Clipper. Moran stands behind their quality service with thousands of customers using their products daily. Moran's Lawn & Garden, servicing the entire Twin Lakes area.
When I grow up, I want to save lives, like a superhero, and show up when people needed me.
When I grow up, I want to do animations. I want to create characters that can fly.
No matter what it is you want out of life, there is a path to get there.
When I grow up, I don't know what I want to do when I grow up, but I know I want to go to college.
Arkansas State University Mountain Home. Take your first step at asumh.edu.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
And we're back with the mayor of Mountain Home, Hillrey Adams. Welcome, Mayor. Good to see you.
Good morning.
How's it going?
Well, it's pretty foggy out there right now, so
it is.
A little problem finding our way up here this morning.
I actually mounted a knife blade on the front of my vehicle so I could cut through it. It was that thick.
Yeah.
It's pretty thick.
Yeah.
Well, you got your feet wet now. You've been in there for a month and hearing some good things.
Got it all lined out, right?
Well, I'm not going to say we got it all lined up yet, but it's been an interesting month. I told a group of people Friday I had an opportunity to go to the Chamber of Commerce First Friday lunch, and they give you 30 seconds of fame there. And so during my 30, I told them I guess I could consider myself, or they could consider me as an old mayor now. I'd been in office 30 days, not the new guy no more. You can't say new all the time or forever, But it's been an interesting first month for sure.
Overall, we've talked to folks, and people are right now. Things are good. Things are good. In fact, let's see, we had people come in from fire department. Chief police was here, and good. Things are good.
Most things are going real good, and I'm gonna give a lot of that credit to. My predecessor, Mayor Dillard, they had things running pretty well around here, and I didn't inherit a lot of real major problems, and
I think with Joe
thankful for
Dillard,
that.
He had a lot of good common sense.
Yes, sir, no doubt about it.
And he knew he had good people. You look at our chief of police, our fire chief, the work. I mean, we've got a really good police and fire department. You've got a really good street department, city crews. We really have no issues. And so by letting people do the jobs that they do without saying, I want you to do it this way, they know how to do the job. And the mayor, and I'm not saying like you or Joe, I'm just saying a mayor can come in and say, I want it done this way. It may be right or wrong, but the mayor demands it and can mess things. See what I'm saying? And I think you've came in and, okay, if it works, don't fix it.
You bet you. And all we want to do now is try to take what we've been handed and what we've, taken over and just make it better. Make improvements to what we're doing. And, it's not all about reinventing that wheel. What we've got rolling down the road pretty good. Let's just maybe make it roll a little faster, a little quicker if we can, and gain a little traction along the way.
So let's talk a little bit about the city right now. Let's talk about the West End. We've got the parks that are still under development.
Yes, sir.
And it takes money, and if there's somebody out there with several million that would like to give it to the city, you can use it. Nevertheless, that'll open up some revenue because you can bring in some baseball and softball tournaments on those fields. But you've got the new dermatology moved out there, I believe. Then you've got Harps out there. What do you see on the West End between, say, the edge of Mountain Home out towards, say, as far as Plumley Tire and
in that area? Well, I don't know if you're aware of it or not, but the Game and Fish has actually bought a piece of property out there. They've bought, I think it's 14 acres out that direction, and they're downtown right now. The Game and Fish, they've got all their equipment. They park in the road because they're out of space, and I don't know what their time.
Is Game and Fish?
Yes, sir, Arkansas Game and Fish, and I actually talked to some of those people yesterday. I'm not real sure what their timeline is or their exact plans, but they've bought 14 acres out there, and their plans are to build a Game and Fish facility out here, for all their equipment, their offices and stuff like that. And that's something that they need real bad.
Are they still in the downtown location behind Ozark Shopping Center?
Yes, sir. They're still down there, and they got trailer trucks parked down there, and it's they're doing the best with what they got to do with.
Block?
Yeah.
Oh my word.
So, like I said, I do not know their timeline, but I do know that they've bought that. So I think there's opportunity, and there's going to be some things happen in that direction out there. I couldn't even tell you exactly where the 14 is, but I know it's real close to Dollar General in that area out there, which is about where you're talking about. And, of course, when they do that, that's going to be something new on the west side.
There you go.
Even more stuff out there. But it's also going to free up some property downtown that you know, we're going to be having some people that are going to be needing spots. And
well,
and
now that you
might
said
be a
that,
good,
you know, because that spot they're in was at one time First Baptist Church of Mountain Home had those 4 city blocks, where the funeral home is at, the old church building, and just north of that and northeast, that was the old Love property. They had those 4 square blocks. What would be good for that area? And what's going to happen with the old First Baptist Church? At one point they said they're going to tear it down. I know the cornerstone's gone.
I think that, and you may have to talk to the county judge about that, but my understanding is that the front end of the church is still scheduled for demolition. In fact, he told me just last week, I think they're maybe taking a contract or bids on that right now to look at that, taking that down. You know, that building's got a lot of issues. And probably would be better down. I don't think it's cost effective to try to.
I think they opened it in 1952.
Now, I do understand the back half of that building, which is a concrete block structure, where I think maybe they've actually got some county folks or offices that work out there is going to stay.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm not sure exactly what we need. I hadn't gotten far enough into that yet. But I do know that game and fish property down there is something that, you know, we can find a user for that, I'm sure. When that time comes in, it may be another year or two. I'm not exactly how soon they're going to move.
Yeah, it's not going to take place between now and Easter or the first day of summer. This
right,
is a long time.
No, it's a process they go through, but they have cleared the first hurdle, and that's buying the property.
There you go. Wow. So if this economy continues, I mean, I think we're in a prosperous economy. We keep gas prices hopefully under $2 a gallon. I know it was $1.99 because oil went up. Mountain Home has a rich history of mom and pop shops, locally owned. You go downtown, you got Old Time Restaurant right there, Gregory Jewelers, you got Nature's Way, Mark's Fine Clothing. That's the backbone of a community. Walmart, Lowe's, Home Depot, and the restaurants, they help, and they bring other people in to go to the box stores. But when you want to see real Arkansas or Missouri, shop downtown.
Yes, sir.
The downtown square. And I think, you know, just behind Old Time Restaurant is what we're talking about, the old First Baptist Church. It's just 1 block east and 1 block north. So just, I mean, you can walk out his back door.
Correct.
And see those buildings. I mean, that's going to be some prime property.
There it is, and I'm very interested. In fact, I've got an appointment this afternoon with a group of people that are looking for a project downtown. And what we're going to be talking to them about is like maybe a beautification, you know, project down in that area. But when I talk about the downtown area, and we all say the word square a lot, there's more down there than just the 3 sides around the courthouse. You could go at least a block each direction down Baker, 6th Street or one of those streets, you know, and go down towards what the buildings you're talking about, the old Worthing Bank building or Bank of America, whichever you want to call it down there. It is a vacant building. It is for sale. So.
And there's a bank along just out on the main drag too.
Yeah. So when you look at that downtown area, we need to keep in mind that that's more than just a 3-sided square. That's
true.
A few blocks each direction, and we need to look at trying to enhance that whole downtown district down there.
Well, you've got Jiffy Laundry down there. You've got Harold's Auto Parts, Strother Law Firm. There's a pharmacy there too.
Yeah, Heartland.
That would be just well, down by the Abstract.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what else, Scooter? What's down there?
The Adley Dentistry's right down there.
Yeah. I can remember that was downtown. I mean, all of that was downtown when I first moved here.
You know, I'm real interested in making that a destination down there, rather than just a drive through.
Yeah, and one of the fun things about Saturday morning, I go to breakfast every Saturday down at Old Time. Brad Scott and I go down there. Sometimes we're down there as early as 6:55, maybe 7 a.m. Just whether or not the farmers market's out or not, you know, it's just fun to be there.
Yeah.
It's a fun spot.
Yeah.
I enjoy being downtown.
You mentioned a while ago the places around the square. You know, there's another new spot, or 2 new spots recently have opened up down there on, I believe they're both on Baker Street, if I've got my map right. Cove Creek Coffee and the Borderline Clothing guys have opened up, and they would be south of the square on Baker, correct, Scott?
Yep.
And then on the north side of it, a block up that way in the old Dan User building, Crush Wine Bar has opened up.
Really?
And now Crush is only open, I think, maybe 3 nights a week right now, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and I may have those nights wrong, so, you know, don't rely on my information, but, you know, that's a local guy who's moved back to Mountain Home area, invested some money in that building, made some improvements to it, and so he's down there now. So there's some things that have happened down there, and with Cove Creek Coffee and
now where's Cove Creek?
They're on that'd be the south end, I believe. They're next to
First Security Bank.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Down by the old was it H&S Printing that was down there? Hayden Argo had that print shop down there.
Yeah.
It's on that end, behind the flower shop. What used to be the flower shop, it's Edward Jones now, I believe. So on that end, you know, Cove Creek's there, the coffee shop's there Tuesday through Saturday, I believe. They're closed on Monday. So, you know, my thoughts on downtown, there are lights at night. And I like to use that word, lights at night, because, you know, when we've got activity going on down there at night, that's good for the whole community and gives people a place to go. And during the campaign, I heard so much from people about that, you know, one, we need to try to find a way to possibly clean up some of it. Some of the buildings need, you know, maybe they just need a pressure wash. Those are all things to look at. But one thing that concerns me down there is the vacant buildings. A couple of them got plywood on them. You know, I'd like to see those with glass in the windows and something going on in those places. But something that I'd like to see down there and improve the looks of it some would be some green stuff. Right now we got an awful lot of concrete and an awful lot of asphalt down there, but we need to try to improve the overall appearance of it some. And I'd like to see those storefronts have lights on at night down there and something going on, you know.
That would be good.
The Friday night block party, you know, hey, when that event's going on, you know, be open down there. Try to capitalize on those people that are down there. You know, but I'd like to see those places open. I understand there are some changes coming with at least one place down there as far as being open at night a few nights a week. So I like that. That's a good thing for me.
Visiting with the mayor of Mountain Home, Hillrey Adams, and we need to take a quick break. I'm running low on coffee, and Hillary wants to try that cinnamon roll I brought her.
Yeah, I sure do. Got to get in there.
We'll be right back.
Why would I recommend Hospice the Ozarks? Because I know the people that work there, I know their hearts, and I know that their desire is to help people with the suffering and the anxiety and the things that can come with either a terminal diagnosis or a terminal condition. We want them to have a peace of heart and to have a comfort and to know that someone's there to help them through that so they can enjoy the time that they have.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
When you need durable and comfortable hospital scrub stat, you need the Uniform Shop. The Uniform Shop is the place for top quality uniforms. carrying a great selection of name brands including Carhartt, Cherokee, and Gray's Anatomy, as well as shoes from Clogs, Softwalk, and Landau, stethoscopes from Littman, blood pressure cuffs, scissors, name tag retractable, compression socks, paramedic BDUs, and Rocky boots. The uniform shop also offers customizing, embroidery, as well as minor alterations. Let us put you in uniforms. Shop the Uniform Shop. Take us. $7:35. We're visiting with the mayor of Mountain Home, Hillrey Adams, and we've been talking about the downtown area. I can't stress enough, how nice downtown Mountain Home is, and I, sit here in the mental thoughts you're talking. Clean it up, scrub it up, green it up. That's a good idea.
Make it look alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it needs some life in it down there.
Well, I can remember in the early 70s, Saturday morning downtown. I mean, the square would be packed. Back then, you had Oklahoma Tire Supply. We called it a Tasco.
Tasco store.
Yeah, remember that? Ben Franklin downtown. I mean, that's before Walmart became so big,
We're definitely not. We're not a Bentonville or a 200 or 300 block of Main Street in Jonesboro. We're not like those towns. We don't have some of the resources they got, but we got a beautiful area down there.
We do.
And for 4 or 5 months when I was trying to get this job, I heard a lot of conversation with people about let's improve downtown, let's enhance it. And we're going to be going out there looking real hard for some grant opportunities.
Good idea.
And there's stuff out there that
with
can
the
be
historical
done.
register,
So we
a lot of these, is your building on historical register?
Well, there's a district down there,
But now,
historical
I know that
district.
Nature's Way, that goes back into the early 20s, maybe farther.
So there's some opportunities out there. We got to get our hand out.
Yeah.
And start asking for some stuff and see if we can come up with some ways to improve the overall appearance, make it attractive, bring life to it, and get some folks visiting the area on a regular basis.
Okay, what about the rumor I'm hearing about Steak and Shake?
I have not, I've heard that same rumor everywhere.
It's been going around for 2 or 3 years.
I have
between
not
that
been,
and Olive Garden and one other. What was the other rumor going around?
I don't remember. I remember the Steak and Shake.
Steak and Shake. Some are out around, somewhere in the Colton's area. They've got that area where you go into Pioneer Trail.
Right.
I've heard that was going to be Steak and Shake.
Well, there's a lot of rumors floating around about it, but I've yet to see the first thing on paper about it. So where that is, I don't know. It might be nice to have one,
It
but
sure would.
And it may be happening, and I just don't know about it.
What about Highway 5 North? You go out Highway 5 North, and it's not that pretty between here and Midway. Once you get past the cemetery on the right, it's just it's how it's been for 40, 50 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The growth has really slowed down in that area.
It has, and of course we've got that new road the city cut through there a few years ago. I think it's called the Amon Tilly Bypass or something like that. I'm not sure. It cuts through, which makes it a lot easier for some of the traffic to stay
It's handy,
out of, and it does help a lot up that way. But there hasn't been, and I think doesn't the city limit stop right there about that new road coming out about somewhere in that general area?
I think the city limit sign is right there at the funeral home.
Somewhere in that area.
As you start down,
there.
you've got Leach Automotive, KTLO on the right. Right.
Somewhere in that general area there. I'm not real sure where the city limit line is up through there, but there's definitely some opportunities up that direction. But I hadn't spent a lot of time looking at stuff up that way, to be honest with you, at this point in time.
So what about residential opportunities? Has there been a lot of housing? What's the new? Is there customs or specs or what?
Right now, there's very little going on as far as residential building, with the exception of maybe out in the county. As far as within the city, it's pretty much nil. There are some opportunities out there. One of the things I've heard mentioned a lot is the need for affordable housing. And there are some pieces of property within the city boundaries that are vacant that might be suitable for some subdivision type work. But you got to be able to get the cost of that where people can afford it, and you definitely don't want someone that's doing that that's taking shortcuts in the quality of what they're building either. So, we got quite a few custom home builders around here, and they build some really, really nice homes. Some of these guys do, but they're the upper end stuff that's being built. And as far as anything, subdivision wise and stuff like that, I'm not aware of anything going on, but I have heard a lot of conversation with folks about the need for it, and so that's something that,
well, where there's a need for new housing, whether it's spec or custom, the way to pay for it is another need. Bringing in good paying, clean jobs, industry perhaps. How do you think that what's going on in Marion County, they've got what's that, Butterball? Is it Butterball out there?
Yeah, new Butterball feed mill plant.
Will that, do you speculate, will help the economy of Mountain Home? But because it's positioned basically between here and Harrison, it's going to be a 50-50 split?
It's going to have some impact for sure. It may be as much in truck traffic as anything, because they're going to be generating a lot of feed coming out of that thing. It's going to be going to different places around here. A facility like that, I don't think it's going to employ just a huge number of people.
I think up to 200, I think.
Yeah, but the type of jobs those are and the pay, I don't know if that's something that we're going to see fall all the way over to Mountain Home area as far as
going to be
impact us on.
It may not travel 20 miles.
We may, I'm not real sure about that, and haven't even had much chance to talk to someone about the projected impact of that on Mountain Home. But I know that's a huge facility they're building over, and they still got a long way to go on it too, for sure.
And I think they're putting in 4 side rails. Have you heard? I think there's 4 side rails.
I hadn't heard.
You got incoming, outgoing, and 2 stationaries, I think.
Yeah.
And so, condition of the roads in Mountain Home, I think the street department's done a fine job maintaining and keeping things going. I don't know of anything that's in real bad shape.
That street department has got their game on in that. In fact, last week on Friday, we spent about 2 hours in the truck. They've got a plan of the roads they'd like to overlay each year. They've got a plan on the roads that they feel like need rebuilding. And so we spent Friday in the truck going around looking at that list with the street superintendent and talking about, maybe doing this one versus that one and some stuff like that. But they're always working on that plan. I believe the request was submitted yesterday to put 4 or 5 road projects on the state aid program for this upcoming cycle, which will happen in 2019, and awarding some state aid money. We got some of that money last year and used it out in the hospital area there.
Oh, yeah.
Some of those improvements that were made, and so we signed the letter and sent an application in yesterday.
Good.
For some activity on certain streets this year that would fall under that state aid project. So those guys do a really good job, of trying to stay ahead of the game.
Well, I can remember how it was in the late 70s and early 80s. I mean, we could have changed the name back then to Pothole City.
Yeah.
But I mean, the vast improvements have really come about.
Knock on wood, it may happen before I get back to the office today, but we haven't had a lot of complaints brought to our attention at this point in time, and I think that goes back to what the city's done in the past, back in the days of Eamon Tilley and now with Mr. Knox, and the job the council's done in their commitment to improving roads and keeping them up. So they've done a great job there, and we want to try to keep that going.
Did I see your picture on the paper of a new piece of equipment, fire department?
Yes, we unveiled that last Friday. A new brush truck for the fire department came out, and that, I'm not saying new to Mountain Home, I'm saying a new truck. That
you mean
thing, when you open the doors up, it smelt new in there. It's not someone that a truck that someone else has had for a few years. This is a brand new apparatus.
That may be one of the first new vehicles they've had in a long time.
It is. You'd have to ask Ken about the last time they got a brand new one, but it was brought to my attention Friday when we were up there and to put that piece of equipment out, which was made possible a large part by the Mountain Home Rural Fire Protection District. You know, we get some money from that district each year that's put into, I believe it's called the Apparatus Fund for the city. Wow. And so that helped a lot in buying that new piece of equipment for brush fires. And I was reminded down there Friday that one of the rescue vehicle they got was approved and funded during the time I was on the city council back in 1996. Wow. Now, the truck didn't come into like 97 or 8, and there may have been something during that time that I'm not sure of, but it's been a while. And hopefully, you know, there's another new truck coming to the fire department this spring, could be here March or April, a new piece of equipment they got. So
how does this affect the ISO rating for the city?
Well, it's going to help us maintain it and keep it where it is. And I know the fire, I believe, I'm not sure, Dale, exactly where we're at right now. You know, I've heard Ken, he's told me that and stuff, but like a lot of other things, this sponge up here has gotten full of a lot of stuff in the last few weeks. And but I know that they're focused and constantly trying to lower that rating. And anytime you can improve equipment, it's going to do that, which then affects your homeowner's insurance and so many other things in the county.
7:46, time for a break. Visiting with the mayor of Mountain Home, Hillrey Adams. Be right back. Step back in time when going to a barbershop meant more than just getting a haircut. Come into Legionnaire's Barbershop today, a unique gentleman barbershop. Get back in style from a former celebrity and hairstylist and a licensed barber instructor who are trained in tonsorial arts and lock removal and happy to give you a straight razor shave. Legionnaire's Barbershop is veteran-owned and operated and located at 848 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. For a full, old-fashioned barbershop experience, stop by Legionnaire Barbershop today. Your car is a member of the family. It takes you where you need to go, and it makes sure you are safe at all times. When a wreck or accident happens, trust the only place that will treat you and your vehicle like a person, not a number. From collision repair and windshield replacement to paintless dent repair and hail damage removal, Dent Boys can cover all your automotive repair needs and make sure you are satisfied every step of the way. Call or visit the professionals at Dent Boys today and see the Dent Boys difference.
If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with the pie lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant located on the square in Mountain.
7:48, finishing out the program with the mayor of Mountain Home, Hillrey Adams, and a lot of good discussion here. We've talked a lot about downtown and stuff. City ordinances, burning in ditches, yard waste removal. When Mayor Dillard would come in, I'd say, you know, I've got all of these sticks and twigs and leaves and stuff, and they stay in a pile because when you're in a residential neighborhood, you know, you really need to call the fire department to get permission to burn. And there's some things you can and can't burn, and so overall I just don't burn. I do see people burning in ditches, which they say is a city ordinance where you're not supposed to. Overall, I'll mulch leaves and stuff, rake where I have to, but what can we do? And even I've heard that Arkansas Department of Environmental Quality's ADEQ does not allow yard waste in landfills. You would think that something is naturally biodegradable could go in a landfill and go away, but we put tin cans and glass and plastic and paper out there. Mm-hmm. But yet you can't put leaves and sticks and twigs. So I don't know. Where are you at on stuff like that?
Well, I know that we've got some things that we need to do. I don't know exactly what we can do at this point in time, but you know, it was brought up numerous times back when I was out beating on a lot of doors in the town. And there's certain areas that are a lot worse, you know. You got some places that have a lot of trees in the neighborhood, and there's a few of them around town where the leaves would be knee deep and the ditches are all full. And one of the conversations we had with the street superintendent last Friday when we were riding around town is we looked at some of those places, and I remember a couple intersections for sure that the leaves and stuff were piled up, and you know, that's something he's going to clean out because it's not going away.
Right.
Some of it gets into the drainage system and with rain will wash away, you know, but some of it you have to clean those inlets out and take care of it. So we need to try to find a solution to that. And there are a lot of towns that have stuff that they do to help with that. So that's on the radar. That we need to come up with some solutions
That would
there,
help,
and I don't know what those are.
Well, when Mayor Dillard would come in and we'd talk about this, and hey, there's Gil's little dog. We'd talk about this, and you know, a lot of times people will blow the yard exhaust from the lawnmowers into the street. Well, the rain comes in, and that congregates into what, you know, the water department system's talking about, and it clogs it up, and they have to come out and take care of things. I understand that, but at the same time, as a resident, I want my yard to look nice, but I got no place to put it once I clean it up.
And you know, of course, now we currently don't have the landfill with the situation up there, so there's some options out there and things that could happen, and it's definitely on our radar to look at something to come up with a solution to try to assist people with that right there.
But you know, we've got a fine city. We've got some great leadership. You know, years ago, I did This Week in Real Estate with Bob Zadora, and he called it the quality of life. You know, and I think that continues. I think you've recognized that when you ran for mayor.
Yes, sir.
And more than likely, the 99% of your platform was to continue that quality of life, because when you were postmaster, you saw that here.
Yeah. And we want to keep making it a better place. We want to keep people wanting to come here. But as important as bringing in new people, we got to make sure we're keeping what we got.
Sure, yeah.
And that goes down to the youth, the kids in school, you know, that are leaving. And that's one reason the downtown area and life down there is so important to me, because, you know, that younger generation, those people want to see life in the community. And if they see life in the community, there's a good possibility they're going to hang out here and stay with us. First, they got to have a job.
Exactly.
But then that group of people, they really want something to do, you know, after hours, when they get on the weekend, on their free times or days off. Yeah. And we can do a lot to try to help improve those opportunities.
You know, all four of my boys, born and raised right here in Mountain Home, and none of them live here. They can't make the money that they can make in Fayetteville or Tennessee or North Dakota.
That's very true. And, you know, we have to have that element of people in order to keep the community breathing and keep the community alive.
We can't rely on the retired dollar, and I say that with all due respect. We welcome the retired folks here, love to have you, but we can't rely on that dollar all the time for this economy. We've got to have the 25 to 35s in here raising the kids and playing sports and wrestling and football and baseball.
We need to mix that. Speaking of those things, you know, one thing I hadn't had a chance to share with you is make sure the community understands or is aware of. Here this spring, Mountain Home got to bid to host a 2A state baseball and softball tournament. You know, last year we had the 1A. So 2A's coming this year. Our partner school is Salem School District. They'll be partnering with us to host a 2A baseball and softball. There's going to be 16 baseball, 16 softball. Get ready for the yellow buses, folks, because they're coming. And they're going to get in these hotel rooms, and they're going to eat, and it's going to be a good few days for that to happen here. So we're getting ready for that. Plus, there's 3 major fishing tournaments coming in this year.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I'm not sure the exact names of each one of them and what groups they are, but I know one of them is related to high school fishing teams. There's going to be a huge number of high school teams coming in.
I've heard of that one before, and I can't think who it is.
There's going to be one for college tournaments. One of those tournaments is being fished on Bull. The following day, one of them's on North Fork. And then just within a few days or a week or two past that, We've got the MLF tour, which is Major League Fishing, I understand. Rick Pierce and the Chamber did a great job of getting that in here, and that is a televised event.
No, it's at the ESPN.
And so it's going to be a big thing that's going on here. So we got some things like that coming that are really great for the community and get that exposure we're going to get.
Going to be good. Scooter's holding a little dog.
Yeah, you got company over there now. You're going to eat the rest of that cinnamon roll.
This is my boss. My boss is here.
I had my cinnamon roll over here.
You got something to say? You want to talk? No?
Oh, goodness. Well, there's so many opportunities. And I'm excited about the downtown, trying to get some renovation or something. That's going to be good.
Yeah.
I love downtown. Saturday morning, I remember Christmas Eve, he was open. I went down for breakfast about 7 o'clock. It's just the Christmas decorations, the lights, just that time of year, and just so quiet and peaceful downtown, It was just a good time. It really was. And so, we're very fortunate. There's other communities that wish they had what we have.
That's right. And it takes everybody working to make it happen. I can remember years ago, the 200 and 300 block of downtown Jonesboro on South Main were just on the verge of getting a bulldozer to them. It was getting pretty bad down there. And now, that's one of the most busy areas of the community down there. There's places to eat. There's all sorts of restaurants, coffee shops, anything you can eat, you can get down there.
That's good.
There's entertainment, and there's also lodging down there. A lot of those buildings were the type that, above them there's now loft apartments, and people, there's a lot of life there. And
well, what about, you've been on Dixon Street in Fayetteville, and that's kind of the highlight of Fayetteville at night. And I'm not talking about having nightclub type things, but what about something that would appeal to a younger generation?
And
I'm not saying for something where a knockdown, get drunk type of stuff.
Oh, no. We don't want, there's there's too many places for that to go on now. But,
there's some fine dining on Dixon.
There is, and it's been a while since I've been there, but the same exists in that 200 and 300 block of Jonesboro I'm talking about. What I'd like to see down there is a place for you or Scott or any other person in this community who wants to go at night, have a meal, maybe if it's just a sandwich, someplace you take your family to. Those type of places and that type of life is
maybe if we could get Scooter to stay open until 8 o'clock.
Well, he's already down there. All they have to do is extend his hours a little bit right there. But there may be stuff where on certain nights of the week, those people could do that.
I love being downtown.
So there's a lot of people out there that are interested, but it takes all of us to make it happen.
That's true.
And you're right, because it would take multiple businesses to be able to make it to where people are coming down, walking around, seeing things. There'd have to be a lot of businesses involved for that to be effective.
And I think
just one business doing it is tough because you got nothing to walk around and see and do.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
Everybody's kind of be on board and make that happen.
Yeah.
We're going to be visiting a lot of those folks down there and talking about that. Trying to see which direction those folks that are down there want to make it go.
That's good.
But from what I've heard, there's a lot of interest in bringing, life to the place and lights at night.
We appreciate Mayor Joe Dillard and his service to the state and to the city and the county and his tenure. We look forward to your leadership and your administration, and anything we can do to help out, let us know.
Well, I certainly appreciate that.
Final thoughts. We've got about a minute and a half, 2 minutes.
About a minute.
About a minute.
Well, he did a wonderful job around here and served this community well as county judge and mayor and city council person. I got some mighty big shoes to fill. And
have you learned to make jelly yet?
No, I haven't. I tried to buy everything he had in his storage room over there, leftovers, since he wasn't going to be doing
Joe
it.
Dillard, if you're watching, don't forget your buddies with that jelly done.
He refused to sell me that excess stock he had, but you know, I have talked to him a few times since I've been there the last 30 days, and I'm very, very blessed that I've got him to lean on when I need to right there and feel fortunate.
Well, the success of the mayor is the success of the city and the surrounding areas, and we're behind you. Anything we can do to help, let us know. Be more than happy to help.
Appreciate that.
Been visiting with Mayor Hillrey Adams, City of Mountain Home. Scooter, got a final thought real quick?
No, I'm good.
All right.
I'm good. I appreciate you being here.
Enjoy the rain.
We'll grab my cinnamon.